found this, looks like a little token. I think it might be more modern, but I can see Roman 11, or if I turn the other way, 9, I think. And there are some other things here on this side. I don't know if it's a token or if it's something else. Thick, and it has that kind of token feel to it, but I don't know. So there you are. I'm just washing it a little bit, highlight the details. Yeah, that's the number there. And here, some more writings. But, you know, it's very hard to see now, so I'll keep that. So I'll keep that. Now the little coin here looks like a penny. There. So let's guess. Victoria or George? Oh, it's a George. The 5th portrait facing left. And the date should be below Britannia, but unfortunately can't see that. So I'm going to have to clean by electrolysis, which should clean up quite nicely. Here's another coin, eyes only. Yeah. Looks in good condition. So probably another George the 5th. Yeah, I can see the date there, 1920. So it's definitely a George the 5th. There you go. Very, very good condition. I think I might have a Dove type of the Thames here. Just about see some letters or symbol there. It might be a J. Or it might be an E. So these are the famous Dove types of the River Thames, with letters and symbols there. So is it an F or is it a P? It's hard to see now. Yeah, I think I found a very interesting button here. I think it's a Victorian. I have found one previously, but not on the Thames, but in farmland, and it looks very, very similar in style. So I think it's 19th century. and I do think it is a button. Can you see there? Details there. Yeah, very nice. Pleased with that. I was a bit intrigued by this handle because it had some thumbed marks on just one side in case it was a handle. I thought perhaps instead it was rim or the base of a large pot with the thumb marks on the external part of the pot. I showed it to fellow mudlark Richard Henry. He's an expert on pottery and he helped me to identify it as a bucket handled pot, London redware, circa late medieval to Tudor. This one here is by fellow mudlark Whitby Solo. Is a double-sided, thumbled, bucket handled. It was probably made around the same time, late medieval, and the function would have been pretty much similar to the one I'd found. So it goes around the top and both ends attach to the rim that runs around the top of this bucket. Here are the 2 penny coins I found earlier. The first one, you can clearly see the bust of King George V facing left, but the reverse is not very clear. I'm going to use electrolysis to clean that coin, and you can see a video that I had posted recently in my channel, how to clean coins using electrolysis. The second coin is not so bad actually, although you can clearly see the bust and the reverse, the date 1920, but I'm still going to use electrolysis to clean that coin as well. From 1911, George V pennies were minted every year until production stopped for 3 years in 1922. So dates not minted were from 1923 to 1925. By 1922, Ireland had divided. The UK became the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. UK currency continued to be used as the official legal tender of the newly independent Irish Free State until 1928. Here's my selection of all George V coins, from penny to 3 pence, from halfpenny to 6 pence, and so forth. The first year of the production of the first coins of King George V were in 1911, the year of his coronation, on the 22nd of June 1911. King George V died on the 20th of January of 1936, and production of all coins stopped in 1936, after his death. He was succeeded by his son, the new king Edward VIII, who eventually abdicated the throne in December of the same year, 1936, and his brother became the new king, King George VI. 1936 was the year of the three kings, but I have my doubts I'll find any coins of Edward VIII on the Thames for sure. Now the next one here, I was very pleasantly surprised. It's not actually a token after all. It's a copper alloy coin weight for double crown of King James I. Dating 1604 to 1619. Coin weight is circular in plan with a raised rim. The obverse depicts a crowned bust of King James I facing right, surrounded by the inscription I.R.M. Britain without the I. The reverse double crown with XI stroke S below 11 shillings. It's a great find. I'm quite pleased with that. So it's another lesson to learn. Never ignore a find until you come home and have it properly identified. One to be recorded by the Finds Liaison Officer on my next visit to the Museum of London. Right, the next find is this button. Very unusual decoration and quite large in size. A good way to identify a button usually is by the shank, although I don't recognize this particular one here. There is a possibility that this might not be a button after all. But again, if it's not a button, so what is it then? So I don't particularly know what that could be apart from, being a button. I had found something similar in the past, and although it doesn't look identical, but it has that kind of the same feel to it. Here it is. Size is half the size of the one I found on the Thames. This one is hollow and has some gilt around the shank area. You see, there is a similarity there in a way, but again, I could be wrong, and maybe they are not related. This one, because of the size and the style, I thought maybe it was used to hold a large cape. Apart from that, I don't particularly know the purpose of that large button. Maybe just used for display, for decoration. So if you have any comments, please feel free to comment below. Thank you. Next find, the mysterious typeface. Is it the Dove type of the River Thames? The typeface destroyed over 100 years ago. The Dove types were commissioned in 1899 by Thomas James Cobden Sanderson in Hammersmith, London. He would have thought to have been a key element of modern date designs, but in 1913 things became nasty and Thomas fell out with his business partner, Emery Walker. As the company fell apart and the assets were sold off, the idea of the typeface being used in a mechanical press appalled Thomas James Cobden Sanderson, the creator. To make sure no one else got their hands on it, he threw every type lock he had into the River Thames by Hammersmith Bridge. Throughout the last few years, some of the Dove types have been found by fellow mudlarks on the River Thames foreshore. And I thought perhaps I had found my first one, but regrettably it's not the Dove type of the River Thames. On the other hand, I think it's a great find because it's a type by a company called Stephenson, Blake and Co., founded in 1818, so much earlier than the Dove types of the River Thames. So I'm quite pleased with that because it has a bit of history behind it. I did a bit of research about the Stephenson, Blake and Co., and also I've managed to pinpoint the letter, because I had my doubts whether it was a letter or a symbol, and it is a letter L for London, and the style indicates that this type was created in 1923. As you can see there, the style looks very much the L of the Palace script style, which they call it. And here is the headquarters of the Stephenson, Blake and Co. Limited in Sheffield. They also had an office in London as well. And here is a cover of a book by Stephenson, Blake and Co. Limited. And here some more Palace script style letters. So I'm quite pleased with this type, and although it wasn't a Dove type of the Thames, but it's something else interesting and something new that I've learned.